Welcome everyone to my IDC 41 run. This is the second round where I'm up against MarioZ at the top of his screen, who is playing Light Water Dark Nature Fortress Burn, and I'm at the bottom of his screen playing Light Water Dark Hydro Hurricane with Giga Salt. Mario is gonna go first, probably gonna have a turn 3 Bronze and Tribe or Energy Stream. And it looks like I'm gonna be having an Energy Stream followed by Giga Balza and Giga Salt. Gonna be having a turn 3 Energy Stream as well, opening up more options. It's a good thing I played that Energy Stream because now I can discard the extra Giga Salt and the other Energy Stream. Unfortunately though, I'm gonna have to charge this Giga Balza so I can summon the other one, because I drew a Miraculous Snare Brick. It's gonna discard Belix the Explorer, which isn't the best discard in the world. Something like Soul Swap or Terror Pit or Plague would have been much better. He's tapping 5 mana, he's not sure whether or not he wants to play Sky Sword, I would imagine. And he opts to play Energy Stream instead. And here is where I kinda make a mistake, big mistake, because I'm going to evolve this Giga Balza into Giga Zald, when what I should have done was play the extra Giga Balza, so if he has a Terror Pit, he cannot destroy, well, the Giga Zald. Especially since, yeah, he was gonna be on only 6 mana, so if he chose to do a Terror Pit on the Giga Balza, I would have had another bait for the Giga Zald. And this might lose me the game now, because he's gonna have the Plague. Fortunately for me, I'm gonna be back on 5 mana. So yeah, this is a takeaway if you're up against Fortress Burn and they're not about to reach 7 mana. It's a good idea to summon an extra Chimera bait just to protect the Giga Salt from something like a Terror Pit or a Soul Swap from getting rid of it. And yeah, here's the Mistrias, but now he's on 7 mana, which is a dangerous amount of mana for him to be on. Or rather for me, because from this point he can keep playing Miraculous Plagues and whatnot. He's even gonna get a Miraculous Plague back with the Faliga. And I have 2 options, I can either try to snipe it or I can summon Ice Vapor. Now it's gonna play the Plague, but at least the Ice Vapor will come back next turn. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna destroy the Miraculous Snare because it's a brick in hand that has to go in the mana zone tapped. And yeah, I summon Ice Vapor. Something here that I don't like is that I didn't charge the Hydro Hurricane to hedge against the Lost Soul, so I have water mana unlocked as well. I just hope he doesn't keep top decking Miraculous Plagues, but he's tapping 7 mana, so there's another Plague top deck. You hate to see this, especially when you're on 5 mana. And yeah, what can you do? All I can do now is summon Giga Slug, and I would much rather have the Ice Vapor there. And I can finally resummon the Ice Vapor. I just hope he doesn't get another plague. And he top decks Lost Soul. Very unfortunate. But at the very least we're on a similar amount of mana. At the very least he's on 6 mana, so if he top decks Plague, he can't use it straight away. Which gives me a chance to charge more mana. Mario is really thinking about whatever he top decked. Okay, so it was a soul swap, so he's probably just gonna use it on the Ice Vapor. But now he's on 5 mana, and I even have the Mystria set up. Unfortunately I brick, drawing a Miraculous Snare, so I can't make use of the Mystrias just yet. At this point it can be still anyone's game. Okay, so it's gonna use a Corpse Charger, probably. Okay, so it's getting back Belix in order for him to get the Terror Pit from the Mana Zone. Thankfully now I can use a Logic Cube here. Search my deck, get the Clamp, and get rid of that Terror Pit that he grabbed. Although maybe I would have charged the Spiral Gate just to be on a higher amount of mana. It never hurts to be on more mana against Fortress. I'm just checking my shields right now. And yeah, gonna get rid of that Terror Pit with the Clamp, so yeah, now I can finally charge the Spiral. I'm not sure why I don't do that. Maybe I want to use it in case I break, and to just use the Spiral Gate on one of my creatures, so I can get more draws, like right now. Just use it on a Giga Slug, replay the Giga Slug, get another draw. Next turn I can go for Hydro Hurricane, if he doesn't top deck something good. Unfortunately for me he does have the Plague. So if he keeps top decking Plagues and stuff, he could probably finish me off with deck out. He's gonna give me Petrova for some reason, so I'm gladly gonna take it. Which means I don't really need an extra Mystrias if I have Petrova. I need top decks a Terror Pit for the Mystrias, so that's just great. Probably gonna charge this terror pit. I'm not sure why I don't do it. I think I wanna go for Hydro Hurricane this turn. Okay, I seem to just play Terror Pit against his Foul. And next turn I plan to go for Hydro plus Laura Giga, but that's a bit risky because now I get lost sold. My only win con now is to keep going face with Petrova, but he has so many soul swaps and ways to defend against this, so probably gonna lose by deck out. And he's thinking a long time about this. Shield trigger, it must be a soul swap. I would probably just swap Sky Sword in and out or something. Just get more shields because I have like only 5 turns left with 1 creature that can attack. It's a Spiral Gate, so I'm guessing it's just going to bounce his own Sky Sword. That makes sense. Even if all he plays this turn is a Sky Sword, that's pretty good in this situation. He even has a snare for the Giga Slug there. Not sure if I want to use Hydro at this point. Doesn't really make sense to give him more options. So yeah, I honestly don't know why I even use it, because this way I'm just giving him more options. With that Aqua Surfer he can just bounce his Sky Sword again. Not that it matters because he got a Soul Swap from his shield, so he can just play the Sky Sword again. And he's thinking a long time about this also for some reason, when the best course of action is just to swap Sky Sword in and out. You don't even need to think about it that long. This is almost on 2 times speed, by the way. 1.8. And yeah, Terror Pit, Laura Giga, and he's gonna Sky Sword. He's gonna Spiral Gate the Sky Sword so he can keep replaying it. As long as he regenerates as many shields as I break, he's in a very good position. Now he even has a Fortress Shell on the field, and I can't really stop attacking because it's my only win condition, so now with any kind of removal he can just get rid of the Laura Giga and kill my Petrova. he taps the mana and he thinks of a long time before he plays it. And yeah, now with my Petrova gone, I'm just gonna say GG. His speed rivals Whizzing, so, or even worse, so I'd rather just move on to the next game. Thinking between Petrova and Laura Giga, because I like Laura Giga because it's a very cheap creature I can use to draw with Mistrias. Unfortunately, I only draw the Plague in turn 4, I mean turn 3 before I could make use of it for Energy Stream. So I now have to cast Energy Stream on turn 4, but hey, at least I have a nice Vapor. And he gets the perfect curve Bronze Arm into Sky Sword, and I tell him, I swear, if you have a 7 cost card as well on top of this, and he's tapping 7 mana, so it's probably a Plague. But for some reason he changes his mind. And at first I'm thinking he's pranking me, but later he reveals that he actually has something that costs 7. Honestly, he should have just gone for the Plague, because the Ice Vapor isn't gonna come next turn. So now I'm gonna be back on 5 mana, so which is gonna give me a chance to play Mistrias. Honestly, last game is a game I should have won, because I should have seen that play with Giga Balza instead of Gigazald, and this is a game he should have won, because yeah, he had the Plague when my Ice Vapor, when I had 5 mana with the Ice Vapor, so would have put him in a good position anyway. But now I have the Mistrias. Next turn I can summon a second one, charge this Plague. There's Bellix, so he's gonna use the Soul Sap on the Mistrias. But this is also gonna set him back, so he won't be able to cast the Plague. Should he top deck one next turn. And there's the second Mistrias, so now he needs another answer. There's a Corpse Charger getting... So, okay, so it doesn't have any creatures in the grave, so it's just using it to ramp. But at that point you just charge it, I don't know why you play it. So yeah, there's the Pyrolysis with Giga Slug. And I even get a Laura Giga from the top as a present. And he's tapping 7 mana to summon Aqua Surfer. He scares me when he does that. Now I'm probably gonna summon Ice Vapor, I would imagine. So, okay, so I guess I just go for Belix and Mistrias just so I can have more light creatures for this Hydro Hurricane. I'm just gonna Terror Pit the Mistrias. So now I'm 7 mana, so I can charge 1 mana this turn. And I see a really good play here with the Logic Cube, which is the new addition I added to Hydro Hurricane. So now what I can do, I can just play Hydro Hurricane this turn, bounce 4 mana, so give him like the very expensive stuff. Back like the Terror Pits, the Foul and the Surfer. Next turn I'm gonna be on 9 mana, which means I'll be able to play Logic Cube, get Hydro, play Hydro again. And not to mention it also helps by adding another turn 3 card you can play against controls and just get like a Cranium Clamp or an Energy Stream. Mostly Cranium Clamp, I would say. And yeah, like I said, had we played properly, I should have won the first game and he should have won this game. But thankfully we both did a misplay, so it kind of evened out. Now I can play Logic Cube, search for another Hydro Hurricane and bounce the rest of his mana. I'm even checking my shields, but in a winning position like this I don't really need to do that, but I guess I just do it for practice, because the more you check your shields, the quicker you get. And yeah, now he's on 0 mana, and which means I have all the time in the world to set up more attacking creatures. I even have another Hydro Hurricane here. So I can charge this Miraculous Snare, play Ice Vapor or just Mistrias and Gigabalza. And hey, I discard a Spiral Gate, which he could have used. I really don't mind that he plays Billix, because I have another Hydro Hurricane in hand. This turn I can summon another Mistrias and a Ice Vapor. Yeah, next turn I can just play Hydro again and evolve this Gigaslug into Gigazeld and start going in. I would imagine he plays Bronze Dam Tribe now, but I'm not even sure if he has it. So he's gonna play a Soul Swap, which is gonna set him back. Probably to get rid of the Ice Vapor. And yeah, this looks like a Gigazeld into a Hydro Hurricane. Bounce the rest of his mana into creatures, and now I can just go in. And for some reason he doesn't concede. Doesn't even charge mana, so well, I guess it wouldn't matter anyway. He just wants me to finish him off properly. Very few players do this, but I appreciate it. And yeah, now I go into the third game. Would have probably been the third game had we played properly, the both of us, but we got here one way or another, so it's all up to this game now to decide the winner. He's gonna go first. Thankfully I'm gonna have an ice vapor. Though I would really like to have a Giga Balza. Probably gonna charge this Miraculous Snare, get rid of brick out of my hand. It's gonna play Logic Cube, probably searching Miraculous Plague, I would imagine. And it didn't take long to check his shields. Gonna play Energy Stream there, which unfortunately came a turn late. Would have loved to have a Giga Balza here or even just a Clamp. 4 mana, that's a Clamp. So I'm probably gonna get rid of the Snare and the Hydro. But he decides against it because if I have Clamp I could really just take the last 2 cards, which, yeah, it's not ideal for him. And yeah, there's the Ice Vapor, but and yeah, he's gonna destroy Grave Corpse, Corpse Charger and Logic Cube. And now he has a Miraculous Plague left in hand, which cannot touch Petrova, fortunately. And he's like, if I Plague, what happens? And I have to explain that Laura Giga goes to hand, and Petrova cannot be chosen by any spell, so he's gonna stay on the battle zone. Now I'm gonna play Giga Slag, and next turn I can evolve it. This Clamp is gonna get rid of my Plague, which I really wanted to use in conjunction with Giga Salt here. Now he's gonna play Faliga, get back Miraculous Plague, but I'm just gonna discard it. Here I would definitely charge this Giga Slag, so I think it's quite a misplay to play it, because you wanna be on 7 mana again. Yeah, especially now, would have been so much better to be on 7 mana. But hey, now I have a second Gigazal, so maybe it was worth it. But now there's a Lost Soul just in time for this Plague, which is quite a shame. Could have gotten rid of his water mana there. Honestly, there was even merit to attacking there. Though I'm not 100% sure on that. But at the very least I have to get rid of this Faliga first, before I decide to attack. It's gonna be a spiral gate. Now he's thinking if he wants to spiral gate my creatures or his creatures. And he's just gonna spiral gate my Gigasalt. Now I'm gonna play Gigaslag, draw 2 cards and somehow not get another card that I can play with it. And yeah, there's the Miraculous Plague. So yeah, this turn all I can do is just play Mistrias again. Would have been nice to be on 7 mana instead of 6, so... I would just say this, if it's not mandatory that you summon a card or just... Okay, I see what I'm doing. So I want to use the Hydro Hurricane to get rid of his fortress from the mana zone. But yeah, back to what I wanted to say is, if it's not absolutely mandatory that you summon a creature from hand, just charge it, because being on more mana against fortress is much more valuable a lot of the time. And yeah, Ali is right there. A MarioZ could be useful. Quite useful, not just as an extra cheap draw, but also against Rush, so I actually made that change to this list in particular. Just change one of the slags to a MarioZ. There's a top deck Terror Pit for the Gigasalt. So yeah, had I charged that Gigaslag, I could have summoned Mistrias and the Palolysis this turn. And it wasn't absolutely necessary to summon that Gigaslag. So because of that, I'm probably gonna lose this match. He's thinking quite a long time. Even on 1.8 speed, he's thinking a long time, so you can only imagine how it was in normal speed. And yeah, you can just swap Faliga to get Plague, set me back. And it doesn't matter that I draw with Mistrias, because it's gonna be just on 6 mana. Gonna get rid of Clamp and Terror Pit. I'm not sure if I want to keep the Clamp or the Terror Pit. I decide to keep the Clamp just in case he plays Energy Stream or something. And yeah, I would have been on 8 mana again this turn, and again I could have played Rias plus Pala. And yeah, now if he top decks something good again, I'm kinda gonna lose my advantage here. I'm not sure if I've seen the Belix. I haven't seen Belix yet, but there's a chance it's in the shield zone. Yeah, there's the Fortress Shell now. Again, had I had an extra mana, next turn I would have been on 7, which means I would have had the Laura Giga as well, plus Hydro, which means I could have bounced 6 mana. Okay, yeah, I would have been on 7 because I still didn't charge, so that one extra mana makes all the difference. It really does. So now my best bet is to perhaps play Petrova, because bouncing 5 mana doesn't feel too good. Six mana would definitely be a lot better, because I would put him on 4 mana, so it would take him a little bit of time to reach back to 7. I think I'm just gonna play Petrova here. But now if he top decks almost literally anything except maybe Bronze Arm Tribe or Sky Sword, I'm kinda in a bad position. Soul Sub would be very bad. Faliga, well, he already has all the Faligas, but even just the Fortress Shell would be very bad. Plague would be very bad. Fortress, Lost Soul would be very bad. There's a whole plethora of things. Here I'm just thinking what will happen if I were to play if I were to play Hydro Hurricane. And I finally decide to set up the Petrova now and hope he somehow breaks on a Beast Folk. But of course it top decks 7 mana card. Okay, he just top decks 7 mana card to scare me. That's fair. If he didn't have these Faligas and Fortress on the field, I would have just gone for Hydro at this point and start going for shields, but those are quite a problem. And I just decide to give him back some cards, but it's not ideal to set him back to 6 mana. Almost anything I give is pretty bad for me. I just have to hope I see Bellix soon. That's what I hope. Yeah, my only hope is that I see Bellix and I can cast a Hydro Hurricane again. Spoiler alert, Bellix is in the shields. Don't know why I gave him the snare, because now he can just get rid of that Mistrias. And even top decked Bronzer Tribe, so if that was his top deck last turn, it would have been so much better for me. Although I'm not sure about that, because he would have had the 1 extra mana as well, so would have been in about the same position. Well, I do have 2 Petrovas and 2 Gigabalzas, and they're both boosting. One is boosting Chimera, one is boosting Guardians. I really need another Bellix to get a Hydro back, or a Plague. I'm still not quite in a position where I go in yet. And it's all because I didn't charge that Gigaslag. I know I wanted to set up an extra bait for another Gigazal, but I already had one set up. At that point the mana was way more important. And there's a Faliga for a snare, which is a good move. You get to snare one of the attackers. Now I set up even more attackers, and I just have to hope I top deck the Bellix. Too bad it's in the shield zone. One thing I could do is maybe just go in with the Gigabalsas and the Ice Vapor, just to hold on to the Petrovas so they don't get attacked. That's one way to go about it. But yeah, there's a Soul Sap for the Ice Vapor. But hey, at least this way I have more blockers. I think next turn I would start going in with the Gigabalsas only, just so the Petrovas can be untapped, so they're not vulnerable to being run over by Fortress and Fall. And he's still thinking about which mana he wants to discard. And unfortunately for me, I only have mana for one Paleolithis. And of course I break into the first Shield Aqua Surfer here. This has been a weird game for sure, especially towards the end. It's just gonna bounce the Paleolithis. So at this point, I may as well just go in with the other one. Honestly, maybe I shouldn't go in with the Gigabalsas anyway, because his Faligas are also boosted by my Petrovas, which are bigger than the Gigabalsas. So to be fair, I have 3 cards left in deck, so I kinda have to go in at the same time. And yeah, now I can just kill it with Fal. And I can't really afford to go in with all these Fals which my Petrova is boosting. But I don't really have a choice in the matter, seeing as how I have only one more turn. And yeah, he's just gonna get rid of the Paleolithis, and now it's not looking good. He can at the very least kill one Petrova. even more of them if he has another Miraculous Plague. Six mana, probably a Terror Pit or a Surfer, which he can use on the untapped Giga Balza. So yeah, charge your mana against Fortress unless it's absolutely necessary to play it or hold on to it. Lesson of the day. And he opts to bounce the Laura Giga, which is strange. He can just bounce the Giga Balza. Now he can kill like 2 of my attackers. And I won't have enough to finish him off. I'm not sure why he's thinking so long about what he wants to target. And he's finally killed my attackers after probably like 2 whole minutes in real time or something. And I finally say GG. Could have played it a little bit better there, but it is what it is. This was one of my longest matches ever, so guys, please play a little bit faster. But yeah, my deck should be on the screen for those of you who are interested. And until next time, see ya.